Hello, it is day 16 for me of the beef, bacon, butter, and egg challenge. And to keep myself honest, I am doing a very short, quick weekly update on what's happening. I wanted to start this before I started the challenge, but you know, life happens and it is what it is. Our house has kind of been quarantined for the last 2 weeks and it's been pretty miserable, but today is the last day, woo, woo, woo. So that's exciting. Tomorrow, everybody gets to go to school, which is going to be phenomenal, and we're very excited about that. So, back to beef, bacon, butter, and egg challenge. What is it? Why did I decide to do it? And what really am I trying to do in 2020? This is really what this is. And again, this is something to keep myself honest, and I hate to write, so I'm making a video. Here we go. So, beef, bacon, butter, and egg. Very, very simple. You can eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. That's it. 4 things. Simple. To the point. Quick. Easy. Is it beef, bacon, butter, eggs? If the answer is yes, you get to eat it. If the answer is no, you don't get to eat it. So, like I said, this is a 30-day challenge I'm giving myself. A lot of people out there will do 60-day challenges, 90-day challenges. And, you know, a lot of people will do this so that they can lower their A1C, so they can help their hyperinsulinemia, all of these things. I'm really trying it because I'm fat. So, day 0. I made myself a list. These are all my numbers, and I think maybe that's backwards for you. I'm not sure. But I got one of those take-home A1C kits, and my A1C is 5.5, which is totally in the normal range, and that's fantastic. But, you know, it's creeping on up there. Once it's 5.7, you're pre-diabetic. I've read a lot of books over the years that kind of means you're there, okay? I measure my waist. My waist to height ratio is 0.64. It should be 0.5. So that is definitely something I need to work on. My weight itself was 220 pounds when I started this diet, and my BMI is 35.5. So what that means, according to the CDC website, which most of us are probably familiar with these days here in America, that means that I am class 1 obese. No, sorry, class 2 obese. I'm close to class 1, but I'm really class 2. So my first goal, if I'm going to have a goal, is to get down to class 1 obesity. That would be the first goal. Ultimately, I would like to have a BMI score, a waist to height ratio that is correct. I want all of those things to be in the good range. But when I started, I wrote in my journal, today I feel exhausted, because I felt exhausted before I started this. So in order for me to kind of like get you to where I was at that point, just a quick history of myself, health history of myself. I came to the BBE challenge because I was doing a pretty strict ketogenic diet, and I have lost weight doing that in the past, but I was not successful. I started this past summer and I did all the way up through, you know, Halloween, and I really wasn't successful with it. Like 4 months in, I'd lost like 3 pounds, you know, a little bit each month, but not technically a stall. If you want to know what a stall is, you can look up Ken Berry stall. Ken Berry, MD stall. He'll tell you what a stall is. It's more frustrating than you want it to be, especially if you are a 40-year-old female like I am. We just lose weight like this, and the hope is that it's going down. And mine was going down a lot more slowly than I wanted to. So I kind of want to try something a little more extreme. So I went to the BBE challenge. That's what I did. And so, again, the history of me. So how I got there at, you know, when I turned 41. My birthday's in August. So, growing up, you know, fine. I was like the tiny kid who was always cold. Puberty hit. I got some serious curves. You know, genetics. It is what it is. And then, I was fine. I was normal. I was healthy. All those things. I had pictures, but in true Jennifer fashion, I have lost them. So I need to reprint them, but I will show them to you so that you can see, because I truly, you can see what I look like through the years. And then, you know, got married, went to grad school, and then like, I gained like the grad school, like, you know, pizza and beer diet, like, you know, 12 pounds in 2 years, not really a big deal. And then like, bam, something happened and I gained 70 pounds in a year. And I went to various physicians, and they all were like, well, you know, you really need to be serious about what you're putting in your mouth and how much you're actually working out. So I was a runner. I am a runner, in fact. I haven't run in a few months because I'm working on like an Achilles heel issue. that's healing, but I'm a runner. I want to run. In fact, I want to go run today, but I'm not going to because it's going to be bad for my heel. So I'm not going to do it, but I really want to. I like to run. I like to move. I've always liked to move, no matter my size. And so that was really frustrating. 26 years old and I gained 70 pounds. That was ridiculous. And so, you know, I went to a physician and that's what he told me. And then I went to another physician and he kind of told me the same thing, like, stop lying. That's in fact what he said in a very harsh tone. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get any help with you guys. So I tried Jenny Craig. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried Metabolic Research Center. I did all of those things. I gave them a solid 6 months and I had a net loss. The biggest net loss I had was 5 pounds. 5 pounds in 6 months is ridiculous. I was like, this is dumb. I'm not doing it. And so at this point, I was like 230 pounds, okay, at 26. I was like, this is ridiculous. And so I was like, whatever. I need to finish my dissertation and focus on that. Get all that done. That's great. And then I just my horrible, what I now know is brain fog. Like I couldn't think, like I knew I could think faster. It was the most frustrating thing in the world to know you can think faster when you're not thinking as fast as you normally can. I was falling asleep everywhere. And the worst issue was that I was having horrible periods, like horrible, like flooding, like jumbo tampons, like being soaked through in like an hour and a half. Like this is ridiculous. Like getting no sleep because I had to like go change my pad and my tampon. Like this is dumb. And so anyway, I wound up getting connected to a physician who was part of a weight loss, and he said, oh, he looked at me, he goes, you're hypothyroid. That's obvious. And I was like, what? Anyway, so I took thyroid medicine, which like has completely changed my life, and that was amazing. And one of the best conversations I got from that physician was, one, he listened to me, which is great. And two, he believed me, which was even better. And then three, you know, he said, you know, the issue is, you know, we have all these blood tests today, and a lot of physicians are trained with blood tests, and it's all about what the blood test says, and they don't listen to as much about how you feel as a patient, and they're not trained to really kind of look at you and see what's wrong. And if I will show you my face next week. I mean, I definitely had the myxedema face. It was like blown up. I did not look like myself. My eyebrows were gone, like all the stuff. Classic symptoms. Okay. Anyway, and this is when I was 32. So I did his very low calorie diet situation, which that's when I learned about ketosis and the ketogenic diet. And I was like, oh, this is great. And so we did that. I did that. And then I ate a ketogenic diet and it was fantastic. I felt amazing. Like, you know, I felt like I was 24 again. This was like wonderful. And then I got pregnant, and you know, pregnancy, man, I had a rough pregnancy. I had myocarditis when I was pregnant. So that's a heart issue, which has only recently been talked about because of COVID. It is a side effect some people get from COVID. But I had it when I was pregnant. And then the last trimester, so that was kind of all sorts of crazy scary. And then after pregnancy, it took about 2 years to kind of get my hormones right again. And so that was like, and then I was good. I was doing okay. I was rocking it. You know, I was in the overweight category, but like I've never been like a truly skinny girl. So I'm like, I'm okay with that. So it's in the overweight category. I wasn't quite in the health category. And then, wow, the pandemic. Then I had a stroke. Had a stroke at 38. I forgot about that. Had a stroke at 38. I'm like, man, what's going on? All of my numbers were great. My cholesterol is great. Like everything's great. Like, wow, you're so healthy, but this is the story of my life. I'm so healthy, but I was hypothyroid. Diagnosed hypothyroid at 32. At 250 pounds. I'm healthy, but I had myocarditis when I was pregnant. I'm extremely healthy, but I had a stroke at 38. So this is kind of like the story of my life. Throughout this, like I mentioned earlier, I'm 41, so over a decade has passed since all of this stuff started. I have read so many books. I have talked to so many people, really read even more books. And what I have come to the conclusion of is, especially looking at my A1C has always been great, is that I am someone who is prone to fatten, as they say. Actually, I believe it's Gary Taubes that says that. Taubes. I think that's how you say his name in one of his books. And so the only way for me to unfatten, logically, in my brain, is to turn the carbs all the way to zero. Turn them down. Like, take them all out. So beef, bacon, butter, and eggs is my choice. This is what I decided to try. And I can tell you that right now I feel amazing. I definitely think it's worth it. I'm only weighing myself once a month, so I have no idea how much weight I've lost, but I know I have lost weight based on how I feel and how my clothes fit. Next week, I will talk more about this. This is probably going to be the longest video I ever make. My goal is to keep these under 5 minutes. This is probably going to be under 15 minutes. That's the goal. But what I want to say is, after my extensive knowledge of reading, there are 3 things that I have come to a conclusion about. 1, is this fair? No, it's not fair at all. 2, is this my fault? And I'm going to say fuck no, based on everything I've read. Like, fuck no. The fuck needs to be in front of that, okay? This is not my fault. There has been a lot of things kind of stacked against me, not only with my personal health, but also with I'm not a farmer and how I have to buy food and all of those sorts of things. So number 1, is it fair? No. Number 2, is it my fault? Fuck no. Number 3, is it my problem? Absolutely. This is absolutely my problem. I'm the only one who can control my health and work on my health. No one else cares about it as much as I do. And so yes, it is my problem. And yes, it is my mission in 2022 to truly become a healthy person. And I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to give any external goals because that's not the point. I want to become a healthy person, and that is my goal.